guess I can just start off with something pretty basic, like where did the name Fuzzhut come from? Because I always want to call you guys Hot Fuzz.
I remember that.
Hot Fuzz.
Like the Killers album.
Oh, I was thinking like that movie with that British guys.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's not very good. I'm not a big. Ryan thought of the name.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Pretty random.
I don't know. I like fuzzy rock and roll type stuff,
Mm.
so I kind of was trying to find a name in the middle. I guess I mean I've always kind of just had a knack for names, so
I think you spitballed like
There was a
30
few.
different names in a row, and that
Yeah.
one kind of stuck.
I remember.
Yeah, you just said like.
I remember.
yeah, I just go on name frenzies and just get
Idiot.
them all out there.
Idiot Cave was an interesting one. That was
Yeah.
part of that.
I think Evan came up with that one.
I'm not sure. Idiot Cave.
So how'd you guys start? Like, where did this all come from?
Chris and I, and also Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner, who's a band that pays
Okay.
rent here, and one other guy, Shane Nestor. We had a space in Haverhill, Mass, called the Incubator,
Okay.
which it was super similar, but obviously way smaller scale because there was only 5 of us,
Mhm.
and it was just like, I don't know, DLD needed a space to jam, and Chris, Shane, and I guess just wanted a space just to like do whatever I guess we could, and it was like same like in a mill building, pretty like, I don't know, like just not very similar to a lot of what people were doing in the building, which is pretty same here. But then then Pleasure Gap joined in after like a year of being there, and then we kind of like, our landlord was like, I don't know, like
We basically got him kicked out
she
of
was
there.
wicked, like she was just wicked, like I don't know, like just she didn't care, like all she cared about was just like business shit. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we got like kind of kicked out, kind of left, and then found this space, and
You're not worried you guys are gonna get kicked out here? Because you can get pretty loud during the shows.
yeah,
There's
I
not
mean,
like an ordinance or anything?
Luckily, there's no like pushback from some. I mean, there is and there isn't, but it seems at night nobody's here, kind of. So
Okay.
we kind of own this place at
I
night.
think that noise ordinances are more for outside the building than inside. It's not
Okay.
necessarily a thing that one would be concerned about. At the same time, you know, all the businesses are closed by the time we have shows. That's, I think, why we have later start times most of the
Yeah.
time. We wait to have full band for a while and all that kind of stuff.
but there's always like, there's definitely a little bit of like worry in the back of everyone's mind, like, because something could happen, like,
Mhm.
but I think we're pretty safe. Like, we're not doing any harm. It's pretty constructive, if anything. So. But yeah, it was pretty lucky. We just kind of found this. Chris found the space on Craigslist, like the day after we decided to leave the incubator, and we asked Bad Fellas and various other people just to help pay rent, and everyone was into it. So it came together pretty swimmingly. It was nice.
Do you guys feel like you have an identity or like a feel that you're trying to go for when looking for different artists or different bands that you like to feature?
I'd say, I mean, there's like a pretty hard-knit scene surrounding New Hampshire where we kind of are just trying to provide an extra outlet for a pretty like secure scene where you have like, I mean, everybody seems to know every band from New England right now, especially, but we kind of just try to help whoever we can coming on tour, like through here, and since we know like a lot of bands surrounding this area of Manchester, it helps kind of put them all together, I guess. But identity-wise, I say like it's kind of wide open where, I mean, if we had an identity, it would be like doom, indie, sludge, electronic rock or something. Like it's just, there's a mess of different types of bands coming through here all the time.
We're all about passion. We just want passionate artists.
That's cool. I've noticed Seacoast seems like there's a lot of places that feature local artists and try and have local bands, and I feel like maybe I just don't know that many in Manchester, but it doesn't seem like there are that many. Do you feel like the artists in Manchester have had to be more resilient or more clever in getting their work out?
It's honestly a lot of work with the people in Seacoast. We're kind of, me and Ryan Harrison, who does like a lot of booking up in with the Salty Speakers facet, we kind of just are always saying how like Fuzz Hut and Wrong Brain, like all the way, like long live. But because I mean in Manchester there's definitely some bands, but I feel like everyone's ground level maybe like right now. Like a lot of bands are about to put out material, and I feel like people are going to kind of start recognizing Manchester, New Hampshire for music, but it's also a lot of transplant type people where like you kind of like we're a Manchester band, Pleasure Gap, say, but we're all from southern New Hampshire, different like towns where we just Manchester is like the best place for us to stay in New Hampshire and not be like far from where we kind of grew up, I guess. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of bands that would say they're from Manchester, but you know, aren't really from here. No one's really like, there's not many people growing up here in, you know, bands here besides like you.
And Glennon.
And Glennon, yeah. Like we have a band that's like kind of actually from Manchester called Bad Fellows, but only some of them are kind of actually from Manchester.
So, what's the secret about the location? Like, you don't really post it on any of your social media, you don't post it on your website. Is that just to try and keep it sort of low-key so you don't get kicked out, or is there like a bigger purpose for that?
Yeah, I'd say it's to stay low-key or kind of give it the guise of this like underground, not real thing.
Okay.
You know where it is because you've been here, basically, you know, and you know, people go and ask us for the message, you know, we're just trying to make sure they're not a cop or a narc or something like.
I think I like to think of us less as a venue and more of a place that promote local art in general.
Okay.
You know, it's not like we're a venue. We don't charge
Yeah.
people for entry. It's more of a social gathering just to really promote what's out there, I think.
Yeah, it's just friends hanging out. It's not
And
a
also,
venue,
like,
man.
it kind of like weeds out like people who like we might, I don't know, might not want to, I don't know, I don't want to say that, but people who hit us up, it's like they really like, they want to be here, like
Mhm.
they really care enough to like go that extra step just to like message us to get the address, and so like it kind of creates that like nicer crowd, more of like a community feel. And also like it's definitely like a bit of the worry in the back of our heads, like keeping us from putting it out.
Yeah, losing a space is.
Yeah,
You know,
like
losing spaces in general that we've needed, you know, makes us try to be as protective of our spot as possible because, you know, we might put on some shows, but we're trying to like make art, and we have 5 bands practicing here. It's our place that we need, you know, to keep, so we can keep doing what we do. So without it, we lose an underground music community and a practice space. Gotta keep it safe.
Are there any ideas or anything that you guys have wanted to do or wanted to explore that you just haven't really gotten a chance to yet, or?
I'd say like a lot of things, honestly. Like we wanted to kind of have like little events, like low key. Like we try to do like the movie nights. We did that. And
definitely want to do more of those.
we want to do like kind of generic, like community booster type things like open mics, or I mean we're doing an art fair on Saturday, which is like totally new and different for us.
Yeah, come in.
Come on in,
Yeah,
Luke.
I would like to definitely like maybe put on like different workshops, whether it be like printmaking or something, to have different artists that are good at that, having zine workshops, anything like that. Just get people in here and kind of like influence them to create something, and while they're here, they can create something. So like, be cool, learn a bit. That's why.
You're up for anything, pretty much.
Sorry,
Definitely more movie screenings though.
That's one.
That was fun.
Do you guys consider yourself to be ambitious, and would you say that's helped you in this, or that it's better off to not be super aggressive about trying to get bigger and better and more?
That's definitely something I have thought about a lot, because we have pushed the limit for sure already, like, and noticed like how much of an ass kicking it can be. Like multiple shows like in a week like is just, it tears us apart, honestly. Like we've like obviously found like, you know, keeping it to like, I don't know, like 4 to 6 shows a month is kind of a low key way to like kind of stay active but not like go over the limit, you know, because there's not that many people here and everyone gets bored, you know, and everyone gets tired, and I mean no one, it's this hot sweaty room, like nobody wants to be here like 4 days a week. So, you know, it's been, we've done some stuff that's definitely been, I mean, if somebody could have told us it was a bad idea, we wouldn't have listened to them, but we did it anyways. I don't know, it didn't end up too terrible, but, you know, we've had some weird shows just because of over cluttering. It sucks like turning down touring bands, so that's kind of like why it happened, you know, just trying to help people out.
Hard to say no. I think we find a good balance of like ambition and just like laziness, you know. Like we try, but like we're not like shoving it down anyone's throat. We're just like going at our own pace. But yeah, cause we're definitely, I mean, we're pretty ambitious, I'd say. I mean, the fact that this is at the point where it is pretty incredible, I think, because, and I don't know, I mean, there's, besides like Rongren, there's really nothing else in the area that's similar to us, so like, I'd say for that reason you could consider us ambitious. I mean, everyone's doing stuff, but like, I guess we're just doing our own thing, and like, yeah, like I said, going at our own pace, and that's really like, that's what helps, I guess. We're just trying to like, do our own thing and hope that people catch on and people that are into it like join in, because I don't know, but we're not trying to like hit up promoters and shit and blow up, you know, just fuck that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
It's just unwanted attention, I guess. Like, not that we don't want attention, but
just by the way.
Oh, Erin, nice to meet you.
It's kind of like basement show ethics
Mhm.
with like large scale like size. You have to find the medium between it.
yeah, like, cause yeah, like respect is like a big factor in everything, because we're not like the type of people who are like security guards, you know, like,
Mhm.
so we rely a lot on like people being respectful.
Yeah, our patrons do most of the work for us, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
friends.
our friends come here and they help us run the front table. Like they tell people to not fuck around outside, and you know, it's
not that we don't have to do that a fair
yeah.
share.
I mean, we still have to do that, but you know, we have a lot of people that help us out, which is really awesome.
So there's like 14, 15 of you guys?
20.
20 of you guys.
Yeah, it was up at 22, it just went back down to 20.
There's 20 of you. And for what I've seen, you guys are not for profit. So how are you staying running? How are you staying up and
That's why there's
Just by
20
having
What do you say? Yeah, like you said, he just got out of work.
So
He
you-
just got out of work, you know. He's got
So
a
you're all
job. Everyone's got jobs. like-
working day jobs to help support this place?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for the most
And
part.
if we split it
And that's why there's so
evenly
many
enough,
of us.
it's cheap enough everyone can afford it.
Yeah,
So
that's
everyone just pays fair.
that's a
Just
huge,
split it out.
definitely a huge reasoning, like, as to why there's so many of us. Because, yeah, we all work, and
That shows a lot of heart.
yeah.
I mean, I was trying to open up a space, just thinking about it, but it's expensive to do it all on your own.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the kids involved in Buzz Hut now, a couple of years ago, we were looking at spaces downtown, and just to get 10 people together, it was really tough. People flaking out, just never showing up. But this is like a perfect, like
Somehow-
not
somehow it
perfect,
works.
not perfect.
Nah, but
but
it works.
It's so easy.
Like,
I mean,
we get that a lot. It's like, I can't believe how many, like, how you manage to, like, congregate this many people onto the same idea. And, like, I don't even know how we do it either. It's
I
just-
don't
Just
think
because
there is one
of the
same
music,
idea
we all
either.
there's so
Yeah,
many
that's what's
bands
cool.
like here that need this place, so it's easy to kind of. I mean, as long as there's people that want to play music, like this place, I don't think will ever die, like unless
Unless we
huge
just separate.
renovations happen or something.
yeah,
But
tear the building down.
also, like, have to mention how like the reason why we kind of actually did this was because there was an awesome place in Manchester called Modern Gypsy for a while.
Yeah.
That was the like
Thrift
a thrift shop, yeah.
And they would like open their doors to any band almost any night, like any touring band would come through, and my band Pleasure Gap basically like played all of our first shows there, and like Leah, who ran that place, had to close the doors in January of this year. So like when we found this spot, we weren't necessarily like talking about like how we can have like all these shows and all these touring bands come through. Like it was like basically when we found out that, we were like, we need to do this because like everyone's gonna just go off and dissipate and stop caring about this ever even happening. So without like, I mean, I felt like we just are carrying the torch now. So you know, if we die, then someone else will probably pick it up because they saw like what you can end up doing probably.
Yeah.
You just gotta find the spot.
We were kind of like a Greek hydra, you know, you cut off the head of the Modern Gypsy and then 20 of us show up here, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
And we need a practice space too. That's why we, that's why we really started looking.
Yeah.
And then art gallery kids from Incubator down in Haverhill, they had a similar space in a mill building.
Yeah.
It's a lot like more ritzy of a building though.
yeah, this building.
Oh, it's crazy. It's
It's kind of
nuts.
weird
It's
walking
crazy
out
ritzy,
here.
yeah.
First night I
No,
came,
this
I
is
took a
not
wrong
ritzy.
turn and like ended up somewhere upstairs. I'm like, I can hear the
Yeah.
music and I can't get out.
Oh, you've been here before?
I've been here a couple shows now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah, my friend Claire told me about you guys a few months ago, and I just kept meaning to come around and never did. And finally, she
Okay.
sent me. I think she was playing, and so I came, and then have come once since. I was gonna come last week, but my dad was here, and the week was all fucked up. But
Oh, shit.
So you've got a like a personal insight as to what the shows
yeah,
tend to look like. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's always eclectic. I
yeah.
think Brian does a really good job weeding through the millions of messages.
How do you
Are
guys
you
find
putting
bands?
you making me responsible
They
for
find
blowing
bands.
off tons of touring bands
No,
right
no,
now?
no, no.
It's on video.
No, not entirely.
No, I feel guilty all the time
No, there's
because
only
there's
so
just
much
yeah
time.
we
There's
can't
only
do
so much
everything,
time.
and then there's honestly, I mean, Wrong Brain and Salty Speakers, their whole thing. I mean they've got a full plate as it is, so there's not really, whenever we can't do anything, I feel terribly because I honestly don't believe that there's much left for
Else
them
out
in
there.
New Hampshire, and I wish there was. Hopefully in a couple of years there might actually be, but I don't know.
I think there's always going to be basements, but that's not the same.
As
Like, yeah, it's like a flash in the pan. We're trying to do like a minor longevity, I guess.
Somebody's here to set up for the art show. Oh, Samantha person?
She emailed.
Yeah, she hit a post up. She doesn't know where she is.
She's good. She found her. I was like, damn, you're good. I guess she asked somebody out front. I was like, yeah, go right and go left and go right and find this thing.
Oh, yeah, some,
Scratch
like,
Fuzz Hut on the next.
some
on the
sketchy
left.
worker man will tell you where
for
Fuzz Hut
traveling
is.
bands, like finding the way in.
That's
It
fucking
can be hard
hilarious.
sometimes. So we have to
Yes,
coordinate
right.
someone
To
being
be
here. Yes,
the greeting
be
party.
their Sherpa and bring them into the Fuzz Hut.
That's hilarious.
So, if this were pulled, what would you guys do? Like, what else do you want to do?
Figure that out.
Yeah.
What else do you want to do, Deucey? What do you want to do?
I'll figure that shit out when it happens. I don't know.
Or if you
People have asked about theater projects here. That's something like the public is interested in seeing. So I don't know. We've got a lot of options. We have a lot of different options.
Oh yeah, we want to make a haunted house
Yeah.
Oh, this is the perfect building
in
for
Halloween. Yeah, I know, but I mean, just in this establishment, I think it would be one of the craziest things ever.
Yeah, we got a lot of ideas. We got a lot
Yeah,
of ideas.
the ideas have been bouncing around. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. Just like the Halloween soundtrack that I claim PGAP to be coming out with every Halloween, but it never happens.
That means it's still in progress.
Yeah, I just never follow through with these Halloween projects. So I mean, someone else could have helped me out. But yeah, haunted house. That's basically all I really
All you
want.
want.
That's all I want.
It's your dream in life. So you guys pretty much covered everything, but is there anything else you'd want to tell me or you think I should know about you guys, Buzzhead, any of the artists you're working with?
20 people that pay rent here. I don't know if that was covered. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people. A lot of us.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
we're
know.
just a small portion.
Like
of
I
the pie.
said, I think it's a big part of it, as far as like artists wise, like music and like visual, like exhibitions and stuff like that. It's just like comes a lot down like to like passion and like dedication and like just like if we can like clearly tell that like this artist cares about what they're doing and they're doing it for any reason really. And that, like, I think that, like, resonates really well with us, and, like, we can just, like, kind of feel that, and just, that's how shit kind of happens the most, is, like, because you can tell when someone's just kind of fucking around.
No phonies.
We don't have time for that. We're trying to, like, put out the good stuff. Like, we want people to see. Like, we're here for them, like, for the artists, just, like, I mean, they need us just as much as we need them, obviously, so, like, and like I said, that translates, we're dedicated, they're dedicated, everyone's gonna have a good time, everyone's gonna be pleased, I think, so.
Yeah, we're just
All
trying to
about
make people
love.
happy. Yeah, we're just trying to make people happy.
Yep.
Straight up.
Or scared, depending on the art. Ryan's haunted house. Won't make anyone happy but Ryan.
I think it'll make everyone really happy,
Yeah.
especially with the swamp monsters and the kiddie pools with really gross swamp water, and then a bunch of swamp monsters. Yeah,
Weeds.
mossy swamp monsters, and they're just gonna
Foggy swamp.
get water on you, and then you have to go to the clown room, which is all the way down.
That's where all the towels are, so you can dry
You have to
off.
put on waders and
Yeah.
walk through the shit.
It's like the satanic clown Bible
See,
class.
we got lots of ideas. We got lots of ideas.
Yeah, I think haunted house is our future.
Glad it wasn't for any more
Just
questions.
that is
Back into haunted
just,
house.
we're just gonna turn it into a haunted house full.
Oh, full time haunted house? I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna want to break it down after.
Yeah, right.
And we're gonna ruin all of our gear with the kiddie pools, obviously. That's
We're
my
actually
plan.
We'll cross that bridge when we
beach.
get to it.
I mean, it could be an electrified kiddie pool. You throw a couple of amps
Oh
in there.
no.
A wave pool. This is gonna be a wave pool.
Minor shock.
Just a little zap, you know?
Fuzz Hut Water Park.
Oh
Game.
man, we're hitting dog days of summer too. We could set up a slip and slide. What?
We could actually. That would be a good way to like get other people to mop our floor.
Just suds it up. There's splinters everywhere though.
They
Oh,
make
God.
it so.
They can sign a waiver, it'll
tough.
be fine.
Yeah, waivers.
Gosh, it will get splinters.
No, the waiver just says you were never here. Sign this.
Yeah, I've never been to a fun slide. Thanks for being interested in the little
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you don't mind me asking, like, what are you, I know I saw this is for like you're trying to do like an internet zine, like
Yeah.
zine type thing going on.
It started out, I really wanted to just do like a literary journal for the area and have writers, local artists, and feature them that way. And the more I was talking to different people, the more I was interested in their stories, not necessarily what they're actually putting out, and to show people, because everyone talks about like the 1920s, you had all the writers in France, there's always, every decade there's like a cluster and everyone wants to be a part of that, but we have one here from what I've seen. If it's the art and music scene that you guys are with, I work in the industry, there's a lot of like a scene with the food industry, and I just kind of want to show that to people and let them be as amazed with this place as I am.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
So,
sweet.
What impression do you think the Fuzz Hut's made on you so far? Like, what do you think of it?
I
Be
think it's
honest.
pretty cool.
Yeah, be honest though.
I love the fact that it's underground, because like everyone would like to be in on a secret, but I like the fact that you guys are showing local artists, but also really talented artists like Justin, who could, I think, be showing in New York if he wanted to, and I like that he's up here with us, and I like that you guys are showing local bands, but also touring bands. I think it's a cool site, and I like how dedicated you guys are to helping out everyone here.
Thank you.
The interest in the space, and including us in your museum.
Where are you from?
I'm from Epping originally. I moved out to
Oh,
Arizona
really?
for a few years, and now I'm living up in Allenstown, but
Nice. I
Mostly
actually used
local.
to live in Epping when I was like a little baby.
huh.
My favorite part of
Yeah, great times. Actually, there was like this guy who would like terrorize kids with
Oh,
like
God.
during Halloween with like a chainsaw,
Made a
and he
deep
like didn't
impression.
get caught for like 5 years.
Don't recall that.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's all I really remember from
Did
it.
it have a chain on it though, or is it just like?
Probably not.
They couldn't tell. They couldn't
The
tell.
sound is enough.
Right?
Yeah,
Enough
for
to
real.
scare you away. So what other places are you including?
Like I mentioned, these guys, I really want to talk to Wrong Brain.
Mhm.
They've
Sam
been doing stuff for a
Palini,
while. Yeah, she's
in
been
general, she's
deeply involved.
like an idol of mine, and I'm a little intimidated to talk to her.
She's so
She's
But-
so
she's-
nice.
she-
That's what
she'll be
everyone
totally
says, and
down. Yeah,
She's
she'll
so
be totally
nice.
down.
I've been places with her, and they're like, "God, that's Sam. You should talk to her." I'm like,
Yeah, you just gotta
Nope.
do it. You just gotta
Yeah.
do
no,
it.
not happening. But like to talk to Justin, and I have a few different people that I've been looking at, finding them on like Instagram, going to shows like what you guys are putting on, and I actually wanted to know if you guys thought there was anyone or anywhere in specific that I should.
You should get in contact with Leah at Grandmother Gypsy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just like via email or Facebook message, phone, I don't know,
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah,
She's-
you could put a nostalgia piece of Modern Gypsy out.
Yeah.
Most of the photos that Justin had up
Are
at
from
the
there.
show, yeah, there was tons of gypsy shows
Does anyone
She
know
was-
her
She helped
last
it.
name?
Oh, actually,
I think she might still just be Modern Gypsy on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
But this is a
This
mashup book that Justin made. And it's pictures from Gypsy
Oh,
and
Modern
from
Fuzz.
Buzz Hut.
I got it. And Rock Bottom.
Yeah,
Do you
lots
know?
of places.
Are they still doing that?
Not really.
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't. Do they live there?
It's like an empty carcass of an apartment. So
Okay.
they like stay there, but I don't know how much is living there. We went there looking for.
They're mostly dead all the time.
Mostly just bags.
Yeah, it's just totally. It looks like a dead apartment. It's all unlocked. It's windows.
All
Yeah,
unlocked?
windows open.
Slingshot Dakota's
it's
coming to
like-
play
I
here.
was looking for places.
Yep.
Nice.
They're playing our show in Mississippi. Yeah, but they're from Philly. They're